Incognito is about there are three central stories, two of which are based very, very loosely on true stories, and the third is a total fiction. So the sort of first is about a guy called Thomas Harvey, who was a pathologist at Princeton Hospital in the 50s, and he performed the autopsy on Einstein and he stole his brain. Then the second story is again very, very loosely based on a true story of a guy named Henry who had a sort of pioneering but highly experimental bit of brain surgery to remove a portion of his brain because he had really severe epilepsy. And an unintended consequence of that operation was that he woke up and he had no short-term memory. Or he had one, but it was about 30 seconds to a minute. So he lived the rest of his life never being able to form new relationships, never being able to remember anything new in effect. And then the third story is contemporary set, and it's about a lady who's a neuropsychologist, so who works with patients who have amnesia. It seemed to me that what little I read about the brain, that the brain takes all this information we're receiving and makes sense of it. So I was quite interested in three disparate stories that over the course of an evening an audience kind of almost learn the language and the form of the play. And by the end, the stories do or don't link in a way that replicates what the brain is doing and how the brain helps us navigate day to day. I hope the thing that an audience gets from it is that it feels like an experience that they could only get in a theatre and that is live, and where the relationship between the performer and them in the audience is really active and it feels like they're getting a sort of one-off thing, which I think they are. I think there are certain theatres that, you know, before you've had plays on, you feel a kind of almost romantic attachment to, which is pretty irrational, you know, and the Bush is one of those places, you know, I was desperate to have a play on at the Bush, and I think this will sit really nicely in the space.